Well, hello YouTube. It is I back in the shop. So today we're going to take a bunch of these parts and we're going to do the sub-assemblies. We're going to do the rivet all of these parts together, and then after that we will start the assembly of the leading edge of the aileron. So yeah, nothing crazy. We're gonna pull out our trusty squeezer, and most of these parts will be able to get squeezed. So that is the goal today, is to get these parts sub-assembled, and yeah, we'll just see what we can do today. All right, YouTube. So so we have to screw in these nylock screws, so our bolts into the nylocks. Vans tells you, I got one of these, or I had one of these. This is an angle, so it allows you to get in it, because as you can see, it's kind of tricky. And I even tried this guy with the ratchet. What I found works best is I had this already in my thing. This is from Harbor Freight. Sucker, yeah, it's about 3 feet or 2.5 feet, 2 feet long, I think. 22 inches long. And then I captured, so dropping stuff. I captured the nylock nut with a pair of vice grips, or a pair of needle nose vice grips. I'm having a hard day today. So I did that, and then I found that this, being the length, allowed me to work into the part from the back sides into this, and to screw that down. That is the only, this was frustrating as heck. This didn't work because it was too much, not enough room. This worked like a champ. So yeah, I had one, but for a couple bucks, to me, because I know I got to do this a couple times, and who knows, I'm probably going to have to reach into the plane and screw things in. So yeah, get yourself one of these. It just made life. This is a Pittsburgh, come from PH2 times 22 inches. Highly recommend it. It made life a lot easier. I literally 20 minutes trying to use this guy, and you only go a little bit, and that guy done. So I'm just telling you, that's what I would do. All right, so now I got to do the skin and everything, and yeah, so we're gonna proceed on. So all right, so obviously we have to rivet these ribs here to the skin here, right? All right, so what you do, or what I did, and I found out it works well for me, is I went ahead, I had this assembly here, and I'll go ahead and just pull it out. Remember I already did this assembly. So I put it in there, I kept everything lined up. Then what I'm gonna do, I gotta pull the bluing off, but what I'm gonna do is then cleco every other one here to get everything, because I'm using this to kind of align everything. And then I will pull these clecos out, pull this piece out, and that will allow me to get my bucking bar in to the piece as I do the skins. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a bit. All right, so I left this piece in, used it to help me line up these ribs so I can get them clecoed in. And now what you can do, and you come in with blind rivets on these pieces when you're ready. And so now I use this this spar to line everything up and to keep everything in alignment as I clecoed into the ribs. I can now take this spar out, and now, as you guys can see, I have access to my rivets. And there you go. So you can just take this out, set it aside, do what you got to do, And now I can rivet these pieces in using a bucking, traditional rivet. Actually, some of these I'll be able to, if I wanted to, I could use my squeezer or squeezers with different heads. I don't know. I could probably squeeze most of them. Now, there is a warning. There are two rivets here that you want to blind rivet. You do not want to try to buck these because you will damage that that skin, and that's on the curved surface. So what they're telling you is don't try to buck these two. Use blind rivets. It's flat here, so you're fine, but on that curve, you'll damage that skin for sure. So there you go. So now we gotta start bucking some rivets. All right, YouTube. So pretty much all the rivets. There was these two here that we had to blind rivet. Here and here. These lower rivets here, I had to buck these. So these two, but on the flat surface, they were fine. The reason why I had to buck these is because of the curvature, right? The curvature of the, let me go to the profile here. The curvature, so you couldn't really use the squeezer on those because the squeezer wants surfaces to be flat to each other. So yep, so we got this done. Pretty happy with it and everything. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together the actual trailing edges of the ailerons. And so yeah, good times. So, but that's enough for today. Actually, there was a lot of work here. A lot of stuff I had to get done. And we got it done. Yeah, see the pillowing? I mean, everything's lined up, but see how much pillowing you get in the part? So when I rivet these, you gotta make sure that you rivet out and you drive that pillowing out to the edges and everything, and that's just because of, this piece here, can go out a little bit more. So yeah, some pillowing, you'll have that. And it's like I said, the secret to fixing that is making sure that you drive from the center out, and that will push that pillowing out and straighten it out of the edge. So yeah, so everything is in alignment. All the rivets are in and squeezed down. And like I said, I was able to do 80% of it with the squeezer using the two yokes, the shorter of the yokes. So this is the one that usually comes with the set. So I was able to do about 60% of them with that. And then the remaining 20% or so with the longer, yoke here. So yeah, that's good times. And so now we're going to do the trailing edges of the skin, and then of course we got to mock it up. Now what happens is on the trailing edge, you put in the back spar, and this, believe it or not, this is the leading edge of the aileron. It goes in, up under the wing. Goes up under the trailing edge of the wing. This skin goes on top, and the trailing edge skin is wedged between those. So yeah, we'll get those done as well. So, all right, good times. And like I've said, is leave a comment, concerns, question in the comment section, and I'll get back to you when I can. And like always, may God bless, keep you guys safe.